This lesson is multiplying and dividing decimals, where our objective is to multiply decimals and to divide decimals. So, when we are solving decimals, you're going to put the less amount of numbers on the bottom and the most on the top. So, if you notice, 6.35 is more than just the number 3, so you're going to put negative 6.35 times 3. You do not need to line up decimals when you're multiplying, where you do that with adding and subtracting. So we're going to multiply. We go 3 times 5, 15. Remember to bring up your 10. 3 times 3 is 9 plus 1 is 10. And 3 times 6 is 18. Now I need to find out the decimal. I have 2 decimal places over for this problem. So it's going to be 18.05. And then it's a negative times a positive, so it's a negative answer. All right. B. I have 9.25 and 8.1. 9.25 is bigger, and remember to put the negative in front of it. And then 8.1. Notice again, I am not lining them up, and I'm multiplying them. 1 times 5, 1 times 2, 1 times 9. And then I cross out the first column, and then it's 8 times 5. 8 times 2 plus 4 is 20. 8 times 9 plus 2 is 74. Then you add them, and it would be 52947. And then this time I have on the top I have 2, and on the bottom I have 1 decimal, so I'm going to move that. Means 3 decimal places. So it's 74.925, and then it's a negative times a negative, which makes it a positive. I'd like you to try C by yourself and put me on pause, check out the answer, and when you're finished, we'll go to the next. Alright, your answer is negative 45.871. If you didn't do it correctly, check and see how you multiplied incorrectly. Alright. Try D and E by yourself and see how you did by putting it on pause, trying it out, and then when you're done, push play and I will have the answers ready for you. Okay, so it's a big number. It's 70,809.046. Now, I didn't show you how I did my work, so I better see all of the work done on your notes tomorrow. Alright, make sure you didn't use your calculator like I'm sure most of you have done. Alright, example 2. Now, this is a fraction or a division sign. That division sign is the same thing as a fraction. So it's saying 8.65 divided by negative 5. So you're going to write it out the long division way. Now, since there's no decimal on the outside number, you do not need to change any decimals at all. So then you're going to go 5 goes into 8 one time. You're showing your work, people. Don't need to bring down the decimal. Bring down the 6 though. 5 goes into 36 7 times. And 5 goes into 15 3 times. And then from there you bring the decimal up. Now B has a decimal that will be on the outside, so it's Oh, we need to figure out if it's a positive or negative. A negative divided by a negative is a positive, so it's a positive. Right, so you put your 3.9416 on the inside, 5.2 on the outside. Now, I need to get rid of the decimal on the outside by moving it one time. So if I move it one time on the outside, you're going to move it on the inside. So now it's 52 divided by 394.16. And then you're going to divide. Alright, so I did the long division. And it is 7.58. Now, we have a positive divided by a negative makes it a negative 7.58. Now try C all by yourself, showing your work, not what I write on the paper. So after dividing, it is negative 59.35. And remember to show your work. Remember, it's a negative divided by a positive. All right. Example 3. Dalton starts a new job. He now makes $15.89 per hour. Last week he worked 10.25 hours. How many hours did he work? I think I'm forgetting something on this one. Okay, I changed it a little bit. So it's now Dalton started a new job. He now makes $15.89 per hour. Last week he made $190.68. How many hours did he work? Well, since it's both money, you are going to divide them. Since he made $168 for all of his hours, you're going to have that in the inside divided by how much he makes. And then again, you're going to move the decimal over, and divide. You show your work. I don't have to. All right. So we have it where it was 12 hours when you're finished with it. Now let's look at Maddie. Maddie works at Domino's Pizza. Last week she made $258.30. She worked 20.5 hours last week. How much money does she make per hour? So if I was doing it, it would be 20.5 times how much she makes per hour, but we don't know that, so we are going to divide. Again, you're going to go 258.3 divided by 20.5. And then you're going to divide. And you're showing your work. I don't have to. It's $12.60 per hour. All right, goodbye.